I'm Leon Scott Baxter, America's romance guru, and welcome to the fourth installment of 5 Minutes of Relationship Investment. Now, if you missed my first 3 episodes, be sure to go back and watch them, or better yet, subscribe to my YouTube channel to be sure to catch the upcoming episodes. Today, I'll be talking to you about relationship debt. Let me say this right up front. There are many relationship experts, and we all basically say the same thing. If you want to have a strong and balanced and romantic relationship, you're going to need to be honest, communicate, make time for each other, be flexible, you're going to need to do nice things for each other, etc., etc., etc. But see, the thing is, everybody already knows these things. It's kind of like health. You know, we all know what to do to be healthy. We know we need to exercise and eat right and drink a lot of water and get enough sleep, but still we go in, we rent the DVD programs, or we go ahead and hire a trainer or a professional. And why do we do that? Because they're there to remind us, to motivate us, and to inspire us. So my job as a relationship expert is not to reinvent the relationship wheel, but to remind you, to motivate you, and to inspire you. I do it by using the analogy of finances, where John Gray uses planets, I use stocks and savings. And it's easy for me to grasp this concept and apply into my own marriage. And so my job is for you to want to apply this to your relationship by the end of each video. I see relationships as accounts that we need to invest in today so we can get short-term as well as long-term results. And if we do it right, we can nearly guarantee a terrific return for each of our investments. How do we get ourselves out of relationship debt? Many of us know about financial debt. Some of us, though, like a cousin of mine whose name I shall not divulge, pretend it doesn't exist. See, my cousin, she carries debt on her credit card that it's about 22% interest rate, and she pays the minimum each month. But then she plops down a couple $100 every month into a mutual fund, which is returning about 7%. Now, she feels good about this investment because she feels like she's taking care of her future. But the truth is, she's losing money. She gets a 7% return on her mutual fund, but then pays 22% interest on her credit card. That's a 15% loss. The only way her investment is going to work for her is after she's gotten rid of the debt. That means each month, instead of investing in her mutual fund, she takes that $200 and she pays down her credit card debt. I know, paying debt doesn't feel nearly as good as socking money aside. But once she pays it off, when she does sock some money aside, it's actually going to be beneficial. In relationships, there's also debt. Debt in relationships is any negative that outweighs the positive in your marriage or relationship. It's usually the big stuff: anger or control issues, substance abuse, fighting over money, infidelity, trust issues, emotional isolation, physical abuse, etc. It's not so often leaving the toilet seat up or drinking from the milk carton, although it could be these if they outweigh the positive in your relationship. See, if you have a relationship issue that isn't resolved within 24 hours, or you avoid the topic because it brings out the ugly in your relationship, if you avoid the elephant in the room, then there's a good chance that there's debt in your relationship. That's your 22% credit card interest. If you try to deal with it by bringing home flowers, or going out to dinner, or giving a back massage, well, that's your 7% return on your mutual fund. The flowers, the dinner, the massage, they feel good while you're doing them, but they don't address the issue. See, I tell couples that before they invest in building their relationships, they first need to deal with getting rid of the debt. How do you do that? Communication. Communication is key. You need to address that elephant in the room and stop hiding from it. The problem is many couples have trouble with this because when they talk about their debt, more negatives arise. So couples have to learn to communicate without attacking or becoming defensive. Easier said than done, right? The conversation can get uncomfortable, but it doesn't have to get dirty or personal. And the best way to do this is by using I statements. I statements do not focus on the you, but rather on the I. There are definite steps for I statements. The first step is to tell how you feel. So you say, I feel, and you put in an emotion: angry, frustrated, sad, disappointed. This is your focus on you. The next step is to tell your partner when you're feeling this way. And be careful, try to word this to avoid an attack. So you could say, I feel angry when you come home late, but that's an attack. So that could become, I feel angry when I'm home alone at midnight. The next step is because. Your partner needs to know why you're feeling this way. This is a really important part of the I statement. I feel angry when I'm home alone at midnight because I worry about you. Finally, the key to bring all this together is explaining what you want. And here's when you can use the word you. So here's an example. I feel angry when I'm home alone at midnight because I worry about you. I want you to come home on time. I statements won't work for every couple. If you're too deep into debt, you're probably going to need a professional to help you work through it. There are many resources available for couples, yet many couples fear that if they accept help from a therapist or a counselor, something's wrong with them. Look, if there's debt that you can't get under control, something is wrong in the relationship. Just like a doctor when something's wrong with your body, a therapist can help heal your relationship. Remember, you need that debt cleared before you can build your relationship portfolio. That's the first step in avoiding a relationship recession. And if you want more tips on investing in your relationship, pick up my book, The Finance of Romance, at Amazon.com, Barnes & Noble, or my website, couplescommittedtolove.com, where you can also sign up for my free monthly newsletter for couples. And be on the lookout for our next video.